All right. I think we're broadcasting.
All right.
Yeah. This is fun.
Yeah, we haven't got together in a good while, so.
A long time. She was like, hell yeah, we'll do a live stream.
Yeah, it's been forever.
Yeah.
Should we go ahead and start, or you want to wait till some people get in here?
It's up to you guys. If you want to wait, we can. If you want to start, we can. Doesn't matter to me. There we go.
Okay. Will I be able to see, like, if people come into the chat? Like, can I see how many people are watching, or just
Up
you?
there on the left hand of the screen, it should say live.
Okay.
A little orange thing. We've been live for 55 seconds now. Do you see that?
Yeah.
There's a little eyeball beside it.
That I don't see.
Huh.
It should tell you how many by the
I bet
eyeball.
she don't see it. Yeah, I'm seeing. We
Might
got
just be the host.
We got one viewer, so I don't know how to make everybody see that. Anyway, we got one. I'll let you know how many we got.
Maybe it's only the host can see it.
Well, that's bull crap.
Yeah.
Hope that don't fall.
You won't.
Yeah, so we got one watching. We've been live for 1 minute, 50 seconds.
Well, hello to our one viewer.
Yeah. Hello, viewer. We got Spooky Marshmallow. We got Captain Eggbeard. We got Shea Bear 1000 and Monkey 1000 here. So got the four of us hanging out. We're going to talk about some scary stuff. Oh, we got two.
Woohoo! 2 people. Yay! All right. So I'll just go ahead and I'll start talking, and then, we can fill people in as they get in here on what we're talking about, I guess.
Okay.
So I want to start talking out by the show called Hellier, and it is streaming right now on Amazon Prime. It's about Hellier, Kentucky, and also Somerset, Kentucky. I currently live in Kentucky, not those areas, thank God. But so what it is it's a story about goblins, is what it starts out about. There's this urban legend that takes place in Hellier, that there are goblins that live in the cave system there. And in fact, it's such an old urban legend that it's where the term little green men originated from. It originated from the goblins that actually lived in the caves in Hellier. Okay, so the show starts out about that. Then suddenly it spirals into different urban legends surrounding that as well, different sightings. So this guy and his buddies, it starts out, they're young kids, they're goofing around, they're paranormal investigators. They have a website, and they stream all of their videos on this website. And this is like the early 2000s. So they grow up. Time goes on, they grow up, but they don't want to take the website down. They want to keep it up just for shits and giggles. Well, one day, this man emails them on that website and says that he lives in Hellier. These goblins will not leave him and his family alone. Could they come and investigate? So they decide, hey, just for the hell of it, him and his wife and some friends get together and they say, hey, let's go down to Hellier and check this out. It could lead to something. So they get down to Hellier, and it turns out there's no trace of this gentleman ever existing whatsoever in Hellier. But it leads to other things. So suddenly they keep getting these clues as to it's an actual story. Like, it's real. Like, all these different clues start happening to verify this guy's story that yes, there are goblins in Hellier. So then they start investigating things more. Then they get another email, this time from a completely different person, stating the same facts that yes, that is happening in Hellier, but here's what's happening in Somerset, Kentucky. Have you ever seen the movie Eyes Wide Shut with Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
That's happening in Somerset, Kentucky in the cave system, basically.
Oh.
But
Wow.
it's connected to the goblins as well. Like it's all connected, and it all can be traced to Mammoth Cave is where it's originating from. Apparently in the show, they point out how Mammoth Cave system actually runs through a huge majority of Kentucky and into West Virginia as well. Now, Hellier is very close to West Virginia. It's a mining area in that area. There's a lot of old burned out mines there. And so that's where all of this paranormal spooky shit is happening in Hellier. Well, Somerset, they have people with masks and robes that are down in the cave system abducting children, sex trafficking, drugs, you name it. That's all happening in Somerset, apparently, according to this show. So not only that, they prove that Somerset has the highest rate of mental illness in the whole state of Kentucky on top of it. And so they try to go through what could possibly, what causes this mental illness. Is it the mines? Is it, the water? Like, what is it that's making these people crazy? What is this secret society that is underground in the cave system in Somerset? And Hellier. What's going on with Hellier? What is it that is actually in Hellier? No one has any proof. These urban legends have been spun for decades and decades, and no one has any pictures. There's just no proof. But people that live in Hellier and Somerset do say these claims are very real. It is happening. The police force turns a naked eye. They pretend it's not there. It doesn't happen. It's a bunch of bullshit.
Wow.
In the show, like I don't want to go into too much detail because there's so much information about it. But they do all of these experiments in the woods. Like they go out and they do like the Bigfoot knocking, where you knock on trees and then they do that. They get responses every single time. They do what's called the Estes method. And so what the Estes method is you take a spirit box and the person plugs noise canceling headphones into the spirit box and they just speak out what the spirit box is saying. Well, while the other people are asking questions. So they were getting intelligent responses every single time while they were in Hellier. And it claims that they are speaking to the goblins. It's just, oh my God, like it just freaked me out so bad when I watched it. Like I said, I thought I knew everything about Kentucky. I had no idea that Hellier even existed. I didn't even know that was a thing. And then I see this show and now I'm like, oh my God, like I just can't imagine. I want to go there. Like a big part of me, the paranormal investigator in me is like, go there, go there, go there. but then the chicken shit side of me is like, are you stupid? Like, no. So
Well, you're not that far, are you?
I'm torn. Like I really want to go, but then again, I don't. So yeah, it's check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. Like I said, there's 2 seasons right now. And it's ongoing for them even. Like they're still collecting evidence and they're still trying to piece this giant puzzle together of how all of this is somehow connected. So it's they use Aleister Crowley references a lot. They do rituals that he created. Oh man, it's messed up. Like you just have to see it. It's crazy.
You're not far from there, are you?
We are 3 hours away.
That's too damn close.
Yeah. It kind of makes me want to run back up to Indiana.
That's
Not really, but you know.
That's pretty scary stuff, man. When you think about it,
I
like
think
are these goblins like could they be like mutant people and stuff? Maybe people are seeing them. They're just really ugly looking people. You know what I mean?
I think it's a possibility considering that
Inbred.
that there's a bunch of burned out mines that where people spot them in the cave system. There's a bunch of burned out mines. So I mean, it is a very real possibility.
Could be. Interesting. What's this?
I don't know.
Oh, that's you.
Do you guys have something playing?
Air conditioner's on.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay.
It's a window air conditioner.
Yeah, we call them window shakers. But like the authorities aren't doing anything to investigate this further?
Nope. They are just so the people that did the show, they actually called the police department to get information. Yeah. And the police pretty much wouldn't return their calls. Just wouldn't have anything to do with them, pretty much. They just blew them off. Same with the media. The media did not want to give them any information, did not want to run a story, nothing. Like they just wanted to leave it alone. So a lot of people, they interviewed a couple people in Somerset, and it seems to me that the people that live in Somerset are scared to talk about it. They're scared of what might happen to them if they talk about it.
Well, there has to be something going on there, I mean, this ain't just something that someone's made up. I mean, it's documented, it's well documented.
It is documented, yes. And it's also creepy that the guy that first emailed them doesn't even exist. There's no person that's ever lived in Hellier by that name. He doesn't exist anywhere. And that's just the female that had emailed them about Somerset. This is interesting about her. So she spilled the beans about what's happening in Somerset because it actually happened to her. She was kidnapped and she was tortured. And after she sent them the email telling them about that, 3 days later, she was arrested. This lady was a school teacher. She had a family. She was arrested, and she claims that the police planted drugs so that they would have a reason to bust her. She's doing felony charges in jail right now. And they actually talked to her from jail and did an interview with her.
Wow.
She's lost her marbles.
Jesus.
So, yeah, her whole life changed. She's lost everything now because of this. And she said what started it was she heard screaming in the woods. And she went to find out what the screaming was and ended up walking into a cabin that was booby trapped. And then things just spiraled from there. So, yeah, it's ooh.
Oh, come on. Let's not get into that.
You never know.
It's Scientology.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Passed by me. Yeah, I wouldn't think twice. No, I bet
it could be. I don't know. Well, they do some weird shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tom Cruise he's out there.
Yeah.
He's brainwashed into it. It's unreal. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't
Unbelievable.
That or the KKK's involved. Somebody in that kind of thing.
Well, they don't usually do that kind of stuff, though.
I've not known the Klan to hide like cowards. The Klan, they're the Klan, and they don't care if you know it or not. They're gonna show their colors like they don't care.
Yeah, they're like the Hell's Angels.
Yeah,
They don't care if
They've been arrested so many dang times.
Yeah, but that's more for racial things.
Yeah,
Then
I know.
we're talking
Yeah.
this stuff that's going on there
Yeah.
is I mean, that's just, I don't know, freaky stuff, man.
I mean, we're talking like, like I said, child abduction, sex trafficking,
Mhm.
but these goblins are involved. These goblins are walking among the people in these cave systems that are doing all the torture and shit. They claim that they're worshiping those goblins, and the goblins are telling them to do it.
Wow.
Hmm.
Sounds like we need to go check that out.
That's what I'm saying. Like the paranormal in me is saying, check it out. But then also, part of me is saying, if it really is real, I'm dead. Like I'm dead. And do I want to do that? Do I want to set myself up for that?
Man, that's almost too interesting not to go check out.
Yeah, Somerset has the highest missing persons rate and also the highest mental illness rate in the whole state of Kentucky.
Well, I think the mental illness thing has a lot to play into this because, their mentality, if it's not, if they're real bad, they don't care what they do to people or what's going on and how they make money or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard for them to say, well, this is kind of wrong. They just do it.
Right.
But why the mentality rate? Why is the mental illness so bad? I mean, like you say, is it in the water? Is what's going on?
Yep.
And
that's what they can't figure out. That these people that were doing the documentary, like, they want to know what is it that's causing these people to be so messed up? Like, what's causing this? But then again, they blame it on the goblins. The goblins are telling them what to do. And they are worshiping these goblins. They worship them. So they're doing what the goblins tell them to do because they're worshiping them for some weirdo reason. And this has been going on supposedly for decades and decades and hundreds of years. Wow. This is not something that just started happening recently.
I wonder if some kind of witchcraft started it, because there was a lot of witchcraft a couple hundred years ago. That was like the end thing,
Right. Yeah, it makes me wonder, did someone conjure these goblins? So, yeah, it's very interesting. And what is so weird, too, is that, so this man that first emailed them, that doesn't exist, sent them some coordinates and said, if you go to these coordinates, you'll find the answers. Well, they go there, they find nothing. One of the guys runs the numbers, and he does all this numerology shit, and he figures out that these are not coordinates, they're references to Aleister Crowley. In one of the books that Crowley has written. And it all makes sense at that point. And it's like, you have got to be like, they were just like, oh my God, this is crazy. And I forget exactly what the passage was, but the passage was very similar to a quote that man had said in the email. And it all goes back to that. So are these people worshiping Crowley and they conjured the goblins?
Yeah, it could be, wow. Well, it's all tied in together for sure, but you would think they would be able to trace that guy's IP address,
Right.
And find out exactly where he's at.
And I thought the same thing, and it's weird because throughout the whole show, not one person, and these kids are genius. These guys that are coming up with these numerology numbers and coordinates and shit, they're damn geniuses.
Yeah.
But they can't figure out, like, trace the guy's IP number. Like, it's that simple. Like, really?
Unless he
So-
was using a public, like he was at a library or somewhere public, it wouldn't matter.
Right.
So if he was using a public computer, they wouldn't be able to pick up the IP.
I mean, you can pick up an IP, but you don't know who was
Who was
using
doing
a
it?
computer at the library.
Yeah, but you have to sign in at the library.
Yeah, but well, still, you don't know which one did it, but you can tell where the library's at.
yeah, you can know
What
where,
town? You
what
know, like is
library.
it from New York? Is
Yeah.
it somebody just dicking around, or is it the real deal? You know.
Yeah.
It's something else that I thought was very interesting, and I'm not quite sure why they brought this guy in, but there's a man that comes on the show, and he's a hypnotist, but he plants false memories into people
Oh man.
to do experiments with it. And they actually show him with a client hypnotizing this guy, and he plants false memories of an alien abduction into this man. And to this day, they interviewed that man again, and he's weirded out by the topic of alien abduction because that man had planted false memories.
Wow.
So I'm not sure why they brought that guy into the show and what that has to do with anything, but maybe they
Right.
thought that that's what's happening is people in Somerset are hypnotizing people into thinking things are happening and they're not. I don't know, but why would you do that?
That'd be a lot of people, though. He'd have to hypnotize
Exactly.
over hundreds of years before this guy was even around. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I mean, because like when legends and stuff like this start that are supposed to be true, think about it, there was no internet. There was nothing to gain by, you know, doing this kind of thing. You know, there was no fame, none of that. You know, I'm going to be all over YouTube, or there was none of that. So, you know, what would they have to gain by saying, "Hey, there's some shit going on down here," you know, and then. And you know, it's hundreds of years later, and we still can't figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. Nobody knows. Nobody can figure out like what is going on. Why is this happening in Hillier and Somerset? They still cannot figure out why it's happening.
Wow. You need to go find out.
What's this you come up here and do it.
Too far. Too cold.
You know, I got to go host that basketball team's award ceremony.
Yeah.
Or I'd be glad to, but you know, it's just previous engagements. But I will trust that you do a great job and, you know, keep me posted on what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Captain Eggbeard there, he'll keep you safe.
Yeah.
Not if he's got like 5 little green men attacking him, he won't.
Oh, he can take care of that.
You can throw them off him like nothing. You just go like that. We're done.
Green man. You know, I wonder if it does have anything to do with aliens, you know?
Okay.
Yeah, that's possible too. There also have been a lot of UFO sightings in that part of Kentucky,
Oh, yeah?
as well as Bigfoot. So there's all kinds of. There's a ton of Bigfoot sightings here in Kentucky, which I already knew that. But for this whole goblins thing, it just kind of took me off guard because I had never ever heard this story before about goblins. And also the fact that it's where the term little green men come from. That saying has been around forever, and people associated that with aliens, not these little goblins.
Huh.
So Pokemon actually has a character that is fashioned after the supposed goblins of Hellier. And I forget what the name of that
David loves Pokemon.
character is, but yeah, there's a Pokemon character that represents that goblin.
Right.
They also associate My Beloved Mothman, and they say that they think it's connected, that Mothman's connected too to all of it because it's very close to West Virginia, to Point Pleasant.
Oh yeah.
So they go to Point Pleasant and they do some investigating in the TNT factory, which I was unable to do, but they go to that area and they do a lot of investigating and they get a lot of information that does connect the goblin stories with the Mothman. The Mothman writer that actually wrote the Mothman prophecies, John Keel, even references the goblins in the Mothman prophecies.
Right.
So it is somehow all connected.
Huh.
Yeah. And the cave system runs into West Virginia.
Man. Yeah, there's something going on deep down under there. Because think about it, nobody would know. You ain't going to hear them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. A cave system is the perfect setup for what's going on, supposedly going on in Somerset.
Right.
If that is really going on. I mean, who knows? I'm not going to go try to find out personally. But the people that were creating this documentary, they couldn't wait to get the hell out of Somerset. They were like, they interviewed a couple of people and then they were like, okay, let's just get the hell out of here. Like they felt on edge and they just were not comfortable there. And I'm like, shit, that's 3 hours away from me. Like, I just can't wrap my brain around it.
Oh, man. You want to go?
No.
Why? We could camp out there.
Maybe in the summer. When it's warm.
We could camp out there, and I'm talking we, all of us here. You too, Edgar.
Have a nice.
I think it'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
They do have cabins in the woods in Somerset because it's where the film crew stayed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fun. Cabin.
It was this one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's that one.
Sable Eye.
So the Pokemon character is Sableye, that is made after the goblins of Hellier.
Why?
Sableye.
Hmm.
Oh, I bet you my grandchild could tell you all about Sableye. He loves Pokemon.
Well, you know, it's kind of disturbing though, because
Mm-hmm.
I mean that's just one place. You know, think about, you know, the United States is a big freaking place. Where else is that going on at? Area 51? You
Maybe
know?
it did and they moved it.
Oh, and that reminds me too. So the lady that was arrested, they asked her, they said, are there alien creatures down there as well? Are these goblins actually aliens? And she said, you know, I'm going to say this. She said, people think Area 51 is in the desert. It's in Somerset, Kentucky.
Wow.
And that's all she said after that.
Yeah, maybe area.
Oh, God. Oh, I just got chills like thinking about that when I watched it. Oh,
Maybe Area 51 is just a red herring to get our attention there instead of,
yeah.
you know.
I mean, think about it. It's, you know, it's out in the desert. It would completely throw people totally off.
Yeah, we're all looking out there when we should be looking in Kentucky.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, you know, they say, you know, people have seen spacecraft coming out of the ocean and going up in the sky and taking off, you know. We don't know what's down there.
No.
So, I mean, cave systems, we haven't explored them all.
Exactly.
Mm.
Exactly.
No.
And that's the thing, you know, Hollywood now is focused, and all these TV shows are focusing on the oceans. What's in the oceans? We have Shark Week. We have all these, you know, shows on Discovery that document what's going on in the ocean. I want to know what's going on in the freaking caves
Yeah, true.
because I live on freaking top of them. I want to know what's going on down below me. So yeah, let's go explore some more caves. Let's dig into this.
Maybe it's all connected.
Oh, I'm sure it is somehow.
Yeah, somehow.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. That's a little disturbing, though.
Yeah,
You know?
it is.
I mean, I mean, that can't be made up that many, that long. You know what I mean? And the stories are always staying consistent, that's kind of like Bigfoot, not everybody's lying. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, sure, there are some hoaxers and stuff like that, but not everybody.
Oh, it's just like the UFOs.
Yeah.
I actually had a patient that lived over by Area 51 as a child. And she said that UFOs are real. She's seen them.
Wow.
Yeah. She was the one that you wanted to interview.
Remember?
Her mother. I was taking care of her daughter. Yeah. I haven't seen them in a while.
Well, seriously, yeah, but you think about that though. Not everybody is lying about stuff.
No,
it can't
be.
It can't be everybody that has a sighting or an experience is making it up.
No.
Right.
So same way with the goblins and stuff. Not everybody over hundreds of years is making stuff up.
No.
They've had experiences, and I don't know that. That's intriguing.
Yeah, it's messed up. You guys should watch it. A lot of the episodes are a bit drug out. Like some of them are just really long and drug out. But then once they get going on a lead, it's just like, holy shit, what's going to happen next? Like you can't stop watching it. And then it leads to the next thing. And then it just spirals like that. And it blew my mind. Like it takes a lot to freak me out because, as a paranormal investigator, I've seen it all, heard it all, whatever. It takes a lot to freak me out. This show really freaked me out. And I only let Captain over there, he giggles, but I only let him watch a few episodes and he was even intrigued by it. Like it really got his attention, the couple episodes that I had him watch.
Wow.
So yeah, it's definitely worth watching. Definitely.
Yeah, we tried to check it out last night, but we couldn't get on the Amazon account. So
I have to play with it.
Yeah, something's messed up there with her password or something. So
I haven't been on there in a long, long time. So.
And she can't remember a password. If she made up a password right now for one thing, next week you would say, "What's your password for StreamYard?" I don't know. I said, "Look, write your passwords down." Well, what if somebody breaks in? I said, "Look, nobody's gonna break in here looking for our passwords.
Yeah,
we know nothing. What are they gonna do? Hack our YouTube?"
They're basically all the same except for numbers. I just have to figure out the numbers.
Yeah, but a lot of those things, you get it wrong the third time, they lock you out.
Yes. Yes. And then it takes forever to try to get back in. Yeah.
Well, Ring Doorbell does that. I understand they're all about safety and stuff, but then you got to get on the phone with them for an hour to get it straightened out.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you got to prove it's you. And I'm like, come on now. Because my password wouldn't work every time. It wouldn't work. Had it wrote down, it wouldn't work. So it was on their end. And they kept locking me out of it. I'm like, look, man, this ain't even right. It's on your end and you're blocking my account. So that's not very safe, really. So I ended up getting us 2 years free on it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, wow.
yeah, it took a couple hours, but I'm like, look, we pay for this,
Right.
I'm getting screwed around here. What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
You lock me out of my account because you're saying I'm using the wrong password, and that's the password because they had it.
Yeah.
They gave me the password over the phone, but wouldn't email it to me. I'm like, that don't make sense. How do you know?
That's ridiculous.
You can't see me. I could be somebody saying I'm me when I'm not me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, finally got it straightened out. I'm like, man, I never changed that password. Weird. Yeah, that's some pretty scary shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Because there could be tunnel systems. Well, there are tunnel systems we don't even know about that the government has.
Oh,
I mean, people can dig tunnels. You don't need $1 million piece of equipment to dig a damn tunnel. and you keep passing these, down from generation to generation. You can't say nothing, but we're digging tunnels. You know what I'm saying? And their kids start digging, and then when they get old enough, their kids, grandchildren, there's tunnels all over this place.
The lady that was put in jail said that the cabin she had gotten trapped in has a trap door in the bathroom. It's an elevator in the bathroom that goes straight down into the mine where they're performing all of this shit.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, that's some Hollywood shit right there.
Yeah. It could happen, though. I mean, it's really not hard to make an elevator system, I mean, it could happen, especially if there's a cave there.
Right.
It really wouldn't be that hard to dig down. A couple men, in a few weeks could dig down into that cave and, put a lift system in.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I mean, so that's not really real outlandish. I mean, yeah. What do you think?
I don't know.
I mean, they could have made that, they could have dug that hole down into the cave system, then built the cabin around it.
And that's what I think they did.
Yeah, that's because that'd be a good way to conceal it,
Well, also think about this.
There's a cabin, big deal,
It's a mine, but it's obviously not being used to mine anymore. So it's a blown out mine.
Okay.
So it already had the elevator in it.
Oh.
See what I'm saying? So they had to just build the cabin around that elevator.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So.
And that makes it even more scary because that means anybody that can find access to one of those mines can do the same shit very easily.
Yeah. I mean, well, like I said, even all they have to do is just find out where that mine is and start digging down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, any one of us can go rent a piece of equipment, and boom, you're down in the mine before you know it. Wow.
What really just irks me is that the police don't believe her, and they wouldn't. She claims that they won't even go and check it out. So that tells me right there that they're involved.
Well, yeah, I mean, because, yeah, why wouldn't they? I mean, come on. It's a big cover up. Something's going on. Because everybody says, oh, these conspiracy theories are bullshit. No, they're not. Because it happens every day. Every day. Somebody's, cops are covering shit up all the time.
Yep, and they're getting caught finally.
Yeah, the stupid ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But if you got a whole police department don't want people to know about stuff, nobody's going to know about it. That's why she's sitting in prison or jail or whatever, because they don't want her out blabbing her mouth.
Exactly.
They did that to shut her up. That's retaliation. You want to start talking about stuff, we're just going to put you away.
Yeah, but they could just make her disappear.
Yeah, but see, they're smarter than that. They know if she disappears, then heavy shit's going to come down on them. So they can't do that. They just want to make her look crazy.
Yep. And they did a hell of a job.
Yeah, and most people would do that. She needs to be in jail. She's just crazy,
Mm-hmm.
Well, the police department don't even believe her. Come on, because everybody believes the police. No matter what a policeman says, people believe it. But remember, behind that badge, it's just a heart and blood pumping just like us.
Yeah, most of them are crooked.
Yeah, so there you go. Especially smaller towns and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Good old boys, shit.
Oh, yeah, they cover up big time. Yep, and they're starting to get caught, and cameras are helping them get caught.
Yeah, the dumb ones.
Mm-hmm.
But if you guys say police department's been, covering something up for 150 years, it's going to be hard to find out what they're covering up. They're good at it.
Part of whatever secret society this is. They're part of it.
Oh, most definitely. Hell yeah. I mean, it's not like me and Will move into that town. I'll bet we couldn't get a job on the police department. Not even so much as sweeping the floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, well, I couldn't anyway. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Just a normal person couldn't move there. You know, wanting a position on the police department because you're an outsider. They ain't gonna let you know what's going on. They don't want you knowing what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll bet you,
Not in the society of goblins.
yeah, right. Because I mean, you know, you go looking back, and I'll bet you'll find out that every officer that's been hired on there has either been a friend or a family member.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
You know, I bet you no one's been transferred there from somewhere else.
No, and they all protect each other.
Well, that's just a
Yeah.
given on any department, but we're talking about this one. The authorities there, yeah, they don't want that woman knowing anything. You didn't see nothing, you know. You didn't hear nothing, because if you did, you're going to jail. But you know, I give her credit for still speaking her mind, going, "Look, this is what's going on. Something's going on down here," you know. Because I wouldn't keep my mouth shut. You put me in jail for 3 years, but I'm going to tell you everything I know because this is bullshit, you know? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Crazy stuff. Where you
The
going?
thing that struck me was like, at least from what I watched, like it was partially interesting, but then also they seemed like they were half nuts. So that
Right.
girl was saying some really off the wall crap, and the hypnotist was kind of saying some off the wall crap. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know, I mean, there are producers to them things, and, you know, you don't get people to watch and ratings for if nothing's happening, you know?
That's right.
But there has to be some element of truth
Could be, yes.
to it, and then they just take it and run with it or whatever,
Right.
you know?
Make it look
kind of
more
like these ghost
interesting.
hunting shows, you know?
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't ghost adventures, ghost hunters. I don't give a shit. You're not going to get evidence every time you go somewhere. Every week, don't happen. You know.
Oh yeah, they're faking a lot of shit, especially Ghost Adventures. I can't even watch it anymore. It gets on my nerves so bad.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
All
I
right,
don't
yeah.
Some shit happens every episode.
yeah.
Everything's the same always. Oh,
Well,
did you hear that?
there's
No.
always a ghost and everything. You know, someplace I've been to haunted places. It took me 4 or 5 visits before I started even hearing anything. You know, I mean, it's and 99.9 of the haunted places I went to weren't haunted. You know, I could pretty much talk everything that was going on. So you can't tell me every week they're finding a place that's that haunted where they can catch evidence every time.
Right.
That way. I mean, I've sat and watched my video, you know, and just sat for hours and hours. Because if I got 4 cameras recording for 2 hours, that's 8 hours of stuff I got to sit and watch and nothing, you know, and all these claims of things being thrown and stuff. And I'm sitting here watching a screen and nothing's moving.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the more reality of it. You know, it's not you go there with a couple of guys and you know, there's ghosts flying around and, you know, it's not that. Well, see, you know, you got producers in on that shit, you know. Well, we got to make something happen or nobody's going to watch.
That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah. But
And
still.
one of them ends up getting possessed. On Ghost Adventures, I think Zach gets possessed every single episode.
Oh, I feel sick. I gotta leave this room. I'm like, really?
Something came through me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna do it with every episode.
But you have to, or they ain't going to have episodes because nobody will watch it, you know? So, yeah, she's right. He's always getting possessed. Every damn show something went through him or, you know, I can't control my body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But you can tell me that you can't control your body. That don't make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen.
They always act like something crazy happened, and they're like, "Did you see that?"
Yeah.
No, I didn't, because you got the camera in your damn face instead of.
Yeah, that's right.
On.
Yeah, that's exactly right. They're always showing themselves.
Yeah.
Know what you're looking at, you know? Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah, I seen a real possessed person one time. And let me tell you something. It wasn't, they couldn't say, "Oh, I feel something. I'm feeling weird." No, it wasn't like that. and they had no idea what was going on, you know. And old Zach, he's able to tell you what went through him, and you know.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
wish they still did private residences. I'd call them down here and make up a whole bunch of shit that never happened, just to see how much of that shit that never happened happens on the show. So the guy's name was Ted. Ted, is that you? Bruno's.
I would die. Oh my god, I would be on the floor rolling.
Think about it, you know, because even if a place is truly haunted, it's hard to put a name with a spirit, you know. And then the spirit followed me home. Bullshit, because it's haunting that place for a reason. It's not going to go to a total stranger. There's a reason why that spirit's haunting this place. Right. You know, and it's not waiting on, oh, this guy's famous, I'm going to go home with him.
Yeah. Ooh, Zach Bagans. Let's go. I mean, come on.
Yeah, some of that stuff. I'm not saying there's no truth to it, but I'm saying a lot of it's not true. You know, I mean, because if I posted a video of every investigation I've been on and shit, I'd have to open another channel. I'd have 10,000 videos on each channel, you know, of shit that can be debunked, you know, because it don't happen that way.
Right. Yeah.
You know, where, I could trick people into thinking it was a spirit when actually, you know, it was just a tree branch hitting a window or something. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you can't, all those fake YouTube channels now, man, they're pissing me off. Because they make me look bad, you know, because if I think a place ain't haunted, you're not going to see a video from me, you know. People's like, well, you investigate all these places. How's come you only got so many of these videos up? Because there was nothing to put up, but nothing, you know.
Right.
And I'm not going to make something happen to put it on there. You know, it's just like, why would I? I mean, I know what that was. That was a light from a car that turned around in the driveway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not going to put that up there because I know what it was. It's stupid.
You do have some good footage, though. I mean, like the one you put up, it's been a while now, but the light that kept coming on in the car that was parked out front, there was a mysterious light.
In our car?
Mm-hmm.
In our new one?
It's been a while, yeah. And you were like, what is this light? And it's not a car coming up behind it. There's no headlights or nothing, but there was a light still in the car.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because we live on a straight street, you know, and I don't know where it came. I still don't know what that was about. Yeah, that's weird. That's why I always say, you know, what do you guys think? You know what I mean? Let me know what you think. But what pissed me off that one time was that guy. The first thing he said was, "Ghosts don't exist." I ain't got time for your stupid shit, you know. Why you even watching shit like this if you don't believe in the stuff, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, to come out and say ghosts don't exist, and then through our conversation, he kept, "Oh my God, are you serious? Oh my God, are you serious? Are you talking about God? Then you believe in Jesus?" Well, of course I believe in Jesus. Well, isn't Jesus a spirit? Didn't hear no more from him. So he's saying, you know, spirits and ghosts don't exist, but he's praised to a spirit. You know what I mean? It's like, man, come on, dude. That was about the one with he said there was a miniature spider in that camera that was doing the orb. They don't hold a lot of stock in orbs, but when something catches my attention, you know, I'll put it up there. And he said it was a miniature spider inside that camera. There's no way a spider could get inside that doorbell camera.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, this guy was off the wall, and he was like, you know, talking about how the motion sensors work on them cameras. They go by weight and they go by size. I'm like, that's funny because last time I checked, there wasn't a set of scales out in my front yard to weigh something. How can a camera weigh something? It can't. This guy was off the wall, man. Where are you going?
Nowhere.
Oh, I thought you was going to get a drink.
No.
I'm going to get a drink. I'll be right back.
All right, you take Daddy's spot. There you go. Bruno. You're a good puppy, aren't you? Yeah.
He looks cute in his little Halloween costume.
That's his pajamas.
Aw.
He loves his pajamas. I tell him, you want your pajamas on? Oh, yeah. It calms him down. He'll go right to sleep. He loves his pajamas. Yorkies are known, I think, for a high anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
They like clothes. He loves clothes. I was like, what? But, yeah. He's a good boy. Yeah. Oh.
Do we even have anybody watching?
4. 4 people are watching us. Yes. I don't know. Darkness left, so I don't know who's watching. But there's 4.
Yeah, that'd be a place I'd like to check out, though. I really would.
Why don't you go somewhere? You're heavy.
Because, paranormal doesn't just mean ghosts. Paranormal is anything but normal. So that could be Bigfoot, aliens, chupacabra, or whatever, So that'd be something to really. That's pretty scary, though, because you could go in there and not come out.
What about that thing that I heard the other night by the river?
What thing?
That voice or whatever it was. There was some kind of like screaming.
Oh, I didn't
Weird.
hear it.
It was weird.
You said
He was talking.
I was
this
filming.
video, yeah.
And that video right there.
And it wasn't a bird screaming.
And I didn't hear
It was
it.
weird.
She said, "Did you hear that scream?" I'm like, "No, what was it?"
Yeah, we were down at the river. That river's spooky at night.
Yeah, it comes alive. There's some weird
Mm,
stuff goes on
that's
down
weird.
there. Well, it's supposed to be haunted.
Yeah, they say it is, yeah.
Did the scream pick up in the video?
No, it was that video there where I told my story
Mm-hmm.
and my spooky story time, and I went through it and I didn't hear the scream. So,
It was weird.
but I could have been talking over it because she was like, "Well, that's not the picture.
No,
That's
it's one of them.
that's the picture I took before I filmed." But when I'm sitting down there on the dock filming, she was like way behind me. So she was like actually over top of the river on the dock.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't hear it.
It was weird. Really weird. Never heard it before.
But she's never heard any. I mean, she's been down here a long time, never heard anything like that. So,
Mm-mm.
but I wish the camera would have picked it up, but it didn't. So, because I didn't have my mic on, I was just using the camera mic. So,
Maybe we'll hear it again. We go there often, so
yeah.
maybe we'll hear it again.
Yeah, it's a pretty mystical place down there on that river, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very weird.
At night, daytime it's beautiful. It's not that, but man, as soon as the sun starts going down, you start hearing things you never heard before.
Yeah.
Different noises, and you'll hear a noise and you'll try to look it up and see what kind of nocturnal animal makes this noise, and it's just like it wasn't that, it wasn't this,
Mm-mm.
Really
Lots
weird.
of monkeys down there.
Really?
A lot of monkeys.
Yeah, but we know the sound of a
Yeah,
monkey though.
yeah.
So
I've had them in my backyard.
I seen that one time.
Yeah, that was right after a
I
hurricane.
haven't seen it anymore, but they're
Mhm.
around. Yeah, there's not a lot of them, but there are monkeys.
They are here.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot around. Where? Ocklawaha?
You mean in Silver Springs?
Silver Springs. Yeah, there's a lot of
Silver
monkeys in Silver Springs.
Because I did that movie.
They did a Tarzan movie there,
Yeah.
and they just left the monkeys.
And they
didn't have them.
migrated and they just spread out. They're even up in Leesburg area too.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
thought that they couldn't get off that island,
Yeah, and they did.
and they ended up learning how to swim or whatever. And now
Oh my God.
monkeys around
Yeah,
our area.
There's monkeys
Yeah.
everywhere. When we
Yeah.
went to that Monkey Island, down further.
Yeah, but those
That
are,
was fun.
yeah.
They have a little island and they have these monkeys, and they sit there and you can watch them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, but they're put there. Though.
Yeah, they were put there. Yeah. Somebody owns them and puts them on that island. They own the little island. It's a little tiny thing.
But there's wild monkeys down here. They're really, really hard to see.
Oh, they blend in. So
Yeah,
much.
really hard to see.
Yeah. We went boating up in Silver Springs, my parents and I, and we found them, but they were really hard to see because he just came down and he went to the water. That's how we saw him. We were like, oh, monkey. And there was more than one. So you watch them, and they'll start coming out. And there was about 10 of them sitting there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah, I seen that one in the backyard that one day. I haven't seen any more since then. I've heard them.
Yeah, we hear them.
And he was hard to see. I kept hearing something. I kept getting a glimpse, and I thought, well, that's just a squirrel. And it turned out it was a monkey coming down a tree out there. And then he come down, and I heard him going off into the distance. So I figured, because we're not that far from the river, so
Yeah.
and that's usually where most of them hang out at, in the mangroves back there, because you can't walk through there. It's just a swamp of mangroves, so people ain't going back there and bothering them. But you can hear them, like they'll be real close. There's one in this particular area, but they're really hard to see. You might see a little movement here and there, or a branch or something, but they're really hard to see. You got to really look close, because they're not like chimps. These aren't very big.
No, they're little.
Yeah.
We have them, and we have lots of owls. Tons of owls.
The owls go nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of owls.
Yep. Mine's laying on your pillow.
Yeah. He's something else.
So how long y'all been in Kentucky?
We moved, was it late August, Will?
Yeah.
Late August, we came down here, and it's just been an emotional roller coaster for me. But I feel like things are looking up. It just takes time. You've spent your life in one area, and you're way out of your comfort zone, and so it's been a ride so far, but it's also exciting because there's a lot of new things to explore.
Yeah, I seen the pictures you took of your town. I was telling her about them. But yeah, it'll take some getting used to, but you guys will be all right there.
Yeah, when I came down here for my channel, I wanted to find something, some paranormal shit here.
Yeah.
It's in Indiana, so I wanted to know. Kentucky's a huge state, and I do. There's some, there's a lot of spooky shit that happens in Mammoth Cave. I know there's a lot of that going on, but I had no idea about Hellier and Somerset. No clue. I thought my little town was going to be haunted because it's a very old historic town, and we live in the antique district.
Oh, cool.
So I'm thinking, I thought, I'm going to dig up all kinds of paranormal shit there. Well, no, it turns out this is a very boring town, and nothing ever happens. As far as paranormal goes, like, there's nothing here that's paranormal, nothing. So I reached out to this other person on YouTube, this other chick. Her name is Heather Shroud. She's from Kentucky. And I noticed she did a lot of like paranormal weird type stuff about Kentucky. And I reached out to her, and she's the one that told me about Hellier.
Wow.
So and that's how I discovered it. And it just, I'm just still freaking weirded out about it.
Can you imagine you guys could have moved there by accident? Not
Yeah.
knowing till you're already there and getting established, and then go, holy shit, we're in trouble.
Yeah. So it's, and I was telling Will, like, I said, do you realize, like, we live above Mammoth Cave? Like, there's caves underneath us. God knows what's going on there. Like, it's just, like, I get the chills just thinking about it. It's
yeah, there could be somebody being murdered right under you right now.
oh, gee, thanks a lot. That's going to help me sleep tonight.
You're welcome. Could be, though. You never know.
So my hope is, like, I do a lot of night walking because my sinuses are really bad, and during the day it's just really bad. So sometimes I like to walk at night, and, like, in my head, after I had saw Hellier the first season, I'm like, am I going to turn a corner and there's going to be some goblin standing there in the middle of the street? Like, yeah, I was a bit on edge on that one.
It's creepy enough with the cat standing at the end of the hallway, like The Shining.
Yeah, so let me tell you about, okay, so we live with his aunt and uncle. Okay, so let me tell you about her cat. So I get up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and I come out of our bedroom door, and I shut the door, and I feel eyes on me. And I turn around, and her cat is sitting at the end of the hallway, dead staring down the hallway. Like the twins in The Shining. Like, he's just sitting there staring. And it weirded me the hell out. And so I just slowly walk to the bathroom and go into the bathroom and close the door. So I come out of the bathroom, and the first thing I do is, like, look to see if he's still there, and he wasn't. But that was some freaky shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it either.
I told Will, I'm like, I don't know if he's plotting my death or what he was doing, but it was some scary shit. The way he was just sitting there, like, just dead staring. I was like, oh my God, what is this?
Yeah,
Checking you out.
cats
Better
are evil,
behave.
man.
They feel, they know if you don't like them, so you better be nice to it.
Oh, I love him. I love on him all the time.
Well, then you'll be fine.
I love my kids too, but man, sometimes you wake up and you see your kids just standing there staring at you while you're sleeping, thinking,
No.
this kid could have stabbed me. I never know.
Yeah,
It's like, I love you, but get your ass back into bed. Come in here no more.
Mommy, I'm scared.
Yeah, well, I'm scared now too. Get the hell out.
yeah. Well, you're scaring me, so how about you just go to the hell to bed? Leave me alone.
Right on, man. But there's actually, speaking of UFOs and stuff, there was something happened down here in the early 90s, about 15 minutes from here, in the Withlacoochee State Forest. And this is supposedly a true story. There's a woman, she's not hiding her identity or anything, that tells the story about it, where she had a bad parenting situation. Her parents split up and this and that happened anyway, that she went to go live with her aunt, and her aunt got custody of her, and her aunt was like a doctor or something. And they were from not Jacksonville, what's the other one?
Gainesville?
Around Jacksonville, Gainesville area, up in that area, northern Florida area, because they were about 3 hours from here. And I say here because, like I said, it's just right up the road a few miles. And that's talking with traffic lights too. And then once you get past like Walmart, and then it's pretty well open. That's where the forest is. And so they came down, just this woman and her niece, which her niece is the one that tells the story. So, and it wasn't that long ago. So, but so anyway, so they come down, and they're going to do a little camping and exploring and stuff like that. And they get to this, they stop and get some supplies and stuff, and they get to this camping area, which I'm pretty sure I know about where it is. And so we're going to go check it out sometime. But they went to this this camping area that the woman had known about, but she hadn't been there for years. She had camped there before, and now there was a gate up there, but the gate wasn't. You could see the post for the gate, but the gate wasn't on it. So they just went ahead and went through, and they went back in there and checked it out. And it's a beautiful camping area, but nobody was there, so they thought that's pretty cool, that they got the place to themselves and stuff. And so they do their thing, they're camping, whatnot, and the aunt always carried a gun with her, just a little pistol. And this is supposed to be a true story, but I can't confirm it. I haven't talked to anyone yet. But the woman, the girl kept hearing these noises, and the girl was getting scared because she was only 8 or 9 years old or something.
Yeah, I think so.
Just kind of young, and maybe a little older than that. I can't remember, but so her aunt, hollers out the tent. She goes out of the tent. She just shoots her gun off in the air, just thinking it's some kind of animal, maybe a bear roaming around. But and the noise has stopped. But then later on, the girl has to go to the bathroom. So they had this thing set up to where, it was privacy and just a bucket that they could go to the bathroom in.
Mm-hmm.
And her aunt said, well, okay, take a flashlight. Well, she goes out to go to the bathroom, and then there was she sees all this weird stuff going on, and it turns out there's a YouTube video on it, and I can't remember the name of it. But if you look up the Withlacoochee State Forest in Florida, it should come up somewhere there. But so they kept. So she ended up. What happened was she ended up getting taken onto the ship, onto a spaceship, and they was doing these tests on her, and her aunt was there talking to her and stuff. And she says she remembers when she woke up, that the last thing she remembered when she woke up was going to go to the bathroom,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing these little beings and stuff. And so they went to they had to go get some more supplies or something. Anyway, they stopped and they went and checked out some caves and stuff, and then on her way back, but she had this gash on her leg that she couldn't figure out where it came from. It wasn't. That's what they wanted. They wanted to go get something to fix her gash. They wasn't sure where, kids, they get hurt. Yeah, so she couldn't remember. So when they got back to the campsite, one of the rangers pulled up, and the woman actually knew the ranger, and that he said there was just some suspicious things going on, so the campground was closed. And she said, well, can we just, because she knew the guy, she said, can we just spend the night, and leave first thing in the morning, because I don't like traveling after dark. We're a few hours away from here. So he said, yeah, sure, go ahead, but, just stay around your area, don't go anywhere, which was weird. And she asked him about the gate, and he said, yeah, somebody knocked the gate off. They're coming by in the morning to put the gate back up. So be out of here by the time they come, because it's going to be locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So the next morning, she looks at her watch, and her watch says it's after 11. So they're busting ass, tearing down camp and everything to get out of there before they put the gate up and locked it. So they didn't get locked in, and they got out of there. And the gate wasn't up yet, which they thought was weird. So they wanted to go to a nearby diner for breakfast, and pretty much everywhere was closed except a gas station or something. And come find out, it was 6:30 in the morning. Her watch had stopped at, 11 something the night before. So they thought it was 11 something that day, but it wasn't. So what happened was the woman, the aunt, had apparently had this issue when she was younger or something like that, and had been taken aboard these crafts, and
they did tests on them.
And they found this out because they put the girl through a hypnotist, and that's how they got the story, because she couldn't remember everything. All she remembered was trying to go to the bathroom, and her aunt kind of yelled at her the next day for leaving the tent door open, and there was some mud there that she had tracked in, and that's all she could remember until she went to the hypnotist. But and the aunt, I guess, felt sorry about she felt that she had caused her niece to go through this because of her, so she ended up doing away with herself.
Yeah.
Because
wow.
because of the guilt and stuff. But this girl, well, she's of course younger than we are, but I'd like to be able to get a hold of her. She's not that far from us. She's just a few hours northwest from us. So I'd like to get a hold of her and talk to her about that and find out exactly if she could remember where that campsite was. But I know about where they're talking about. So, yeah, and that just... So, is it true? Is she making it up? I don't know. Because, see, like I said, I got it from a YouTube video. So...
Wow.
Yeah, it popped up one day and we're like, what?
That this guy actually interviewed her.
Couldn't believe it was right around here. I was like, huh?
But she swears up and down, that's what happened to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that her boyfriend?
Who?
Trevor Martin.
I don't know.
I was thinking it was your daughter.
That's not my daughter.
No.
My ex's daughter.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm just replying to comments. I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Comments on there.
so that's because there is some video of her. She's in her car and she's talking to this guy. I don't know if they're Skyping or what, but she's in her car. But without being able to sit and talk to someone, you can pretty much tell if somebody's fibbing or not by the way they're looking around and whatnot. So without that, it's kind of hard to. But apparently, she has told the story more than once. I mean, she swears that's what happened to her when she was a kid.
Mm-hmm. It was quite interesting to watch the video.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you can look it up, you'd probably be interested in
It
that.
is kind of outlandish about being taken aboard a spacecraft and stuff, but it's not the only story.
No.
Remember the movie Fire in the Sky? That was real. That
Yeah.
traffic guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they say that's a true story. I mean, they had their lives on the line, their livelihoods and everything.
Yeah.
And they swore to it, took, polygraphs about it and everything. And he supposedly was gone for 2 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
And that guy's still alive. I seen an YouTube video where he was being interviewed, and he still swears to this day that's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Weird stuff, man. But yeah, so that's that wasn't far from us.
Mm-mm.
So I'm going to have to try to find out exactly. I can pretty much Google Earth it and find out, and we'll have to go and check it out. We'll do a video on it.
I would reach out to her and let her know that, how close you live to her and, would she, want to collab with you, or would she let you interview her? I would reach out to her definitely if she's that close to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was telling her. I got to get a hold of the guy that posted the video and then see if, I'm sure he won't give me her information, but have him tell her, look, this guy would like to get a hold of you and discuss this with you, maybe do an interview, and have him give her my information. Maybe she'll get a hold of me. I don't know.
Yeah.
She seemed pretty willing to talk to him,
Right.
I mean, she didn't want her face blurred out or anything. So, but from the video, it looked like she was telling the truth. I mean, something happened to her because you could just tell her facial expressions whenever she would mention these little beings. She would just get like this disgusted, look on her face.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like she was telling a story. I mean, it was like she believed something happened.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'd like to interview her and go check that out and spend a couple nights there. So,
Yeah, that would be interesting. Definitely.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It would be.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and as far as our house, it's been pretty quiet. I got some like snapping noises on video. Well, not the video, but the audio for the video. I got some snapping noises one night when I was out in the garage. It was coming from the living room. Sounded like somebody snapping pencils or bones or something. And then it just started and then it stopped. I do have that. But other than small things, you know, being moved here and there, not us seeing them, of course. It's like, you know, you set something down, you know, you set it here, not over here. Nothing really strange has happened in a couple months, has it?
No. Been quiet.
Yeah,
My mom's home now, too,
yeah.
so.
It's been real quiet because
It's
usually
really loud when she's gone.
yeah, when her mom's gone, usually more stuff happens. But this last time, there wasn't much going on. So, yeah, it's been pretty quiet in here lately. So I don't know. But you know, like I said, you know, ghosts don't wear watches and stuff. So
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
But like,
For a long time there, you guys were having all kinds of activity.
yeah, and it was a long time after we got together before anything started happening. You know, and then it stopped for a while, started again, and now it's kind of, there are some weird stuff, but nothing worth, you know, doing a video on or anything, you know, but it's, I don't know. It's, I don't think the house itself's haunted. I think it's the land around here because, you know, we got the river up here. It was a working river. A lot of men died working on that river. And then 5 minutes from here is Fort Cooper, where they had a couple big battles with the Seminole Indians and the government and stuff like that.
And they walked right through here.
And they came right through,
yeah,
like where our house is built, you know.
Yeah, they walked through here.
Yeah, they came right through here. So
to get to the battle where they all died.
Wow.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot's got to do with the land. There's a lot of, well, you know, Florida, there was a lot of battles with the Indians and stuff. And so there's a lot of places. But yeah, Fort Cooper's, I think about 5 minutes away from us. And yeah, they were all around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was very interesting going over there, watching that.
What?
The video on that and the Indians and stuff like that.
Well, that wasn't Fort Cooper. That was down around Bushnell.
Yeah.
That's Fort Dade.
Fort
Dade, yeah. Fort Cooper's 5 minutes from us.
Yeah.
We haven't been up there yet, but it's supposed to be pretty heavily haunted.
Yeah.
So we need to go check that out sometime. But yeah, do a video on it or something. But yeah, it's supposed to be pretty haunted. If you look up Fort Cooper in Citrus County, Florida, there'll be all kinds of things on it. So. But yeah, there was a lot of stuff went on around this area. You know, because we're on the West Coast, you know, a lot of crap happened.
Well, at least you don't have goblins possibly living in your backyard.
That we know of. We gotta get out in there and start digging. We gotta know.
I go out every night, man, and walk the perimeter of this house. I think tonight I'm going to take the night off. Because you never know. I mean, I never really believed in goblins and fairies, but as an investigator, I still have to keep an open mind on it, you know?
Exactly. And that's where I stand. Like, I'm torn on this. Like, you know, living back home in Indiana, have you said to me, oh, let me tell you about this shit happening in Kentucky? I'd have said, you're messed up. Like,
yeah, right.
I don't believe you. I would have laughed it off and been like, what the hell is this? But living here now and then watching the show actually and seeing the actual footage and seeing the intelligent responses that they had communicating with these goblin spirits, whatever they were, it was enough to give me the chills. And I was like, holy shit. I mean, and you can't, yes, there was a producer there and all this. They couldn't have faked this. They showed every single aspect of the conversations, of them setting it up. Everything was shown from every single angle. They could not have faked this.
I have to watch it. I gotta go check on that.
Yeah, that's
and walk
because you know, I look at it this way. if I don't believe in something, then I need to come out with proof that it doesn't exist, and I can't do it. I can't do it with goblins. I can't do it with spirits, Bigfoot, chupacabra, fairies. I can't prove they don't exist. So, to me, I have to keep an open mind on it,
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that fairy thing, was that a fairy? I think maybe it was some kind of moth. That's what I think. I'm not going to say it was a fairy, but at the same time, I can't say it wasn't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody says, I really believe it was fairy. I can't tell them, well, it's not, because I don't have proof it's not. You know what I mean?
And something weird was, so in the video, I think it's season 2 in Hellier, the only female of the group is what's called a hedge witch, and I don't know anything about that, but she was performing little rituals for fairies out in the woods.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're connected to the goblins, and she was leaving little offerings to them and this and that. And I will be damned if the next day you put that video out. And I was like, oh my God. It weirded me out. I was like, oh my God, no. Like, this is too much.
Well, see, like I said, I smoke in the garage, so that's where my monitor is. So I stand there at night and I'll have a cigarette and I'll sit watching monitors, mostly for people. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
No good and whatnot. But like that night, I just walked in and picked up my cigarettes and I seen that. I was like, what the hell? Because I've been seeing these things for several months. So I was kind of, torn whether I should bring that up or not, because I thought, now we're talking mythical creatures here,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm like, man. And so finally I brought it up to her one night. I said, look at these things, usually they're farther away from the camera and it just looks like little legs, little wings, a head. And she was like, well, that's pretty strange. And I said, I've been watching them for a few months and I'd never seen them before. Just all of a sudden I started seeing one here and there. And then now I'm seeing a lot of them. But that one was just, if you look at pictures of what fairies are supposed to look like, I mean, that snapshot I took was, screenshotted from, one of the frames.
Right.
It was just like a fairy. So,
yeah, and I told Will, I'm like, have you seen Shea Bear's latest video? And he said no. I told him what it was about, and I said my my mind says it's probably a bird, like a little bird. And I said, but I think he straight up caught freaking Tinkerbell. I said, this damn thing straight up looks like Tinkerbell.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like I said, I know it's not a bird and I know it's not a bat. But I can't say it's not a moth. I know it's not a mosquito. It could be a moth,
That's a freaking big moth.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
But I
don't think it's a moth.
I just, one of those things that if somebody says it's a fairy, I can't say no, it's not. And if someone says it's not a fairy, I can't agree with them, because I have no proof either way. That's what the camera picked up, and that's it.
Well, you're going to have to go out there with a glass jar and catch it. Then we'll know.
No, I don't know fairy catching, if it gets caught, it's going to be on that camera, not in the jar.
Yeah, that's bad juju.
You don't have to wonder.
I'm not, I just, how, if I seen a ghost in here, I would know, about how to go about, looking into that. But a fairy, I mean, what do I go out there with? What do they eat? What do I talk to them? I mean, I've never been called on a fairy expedition.
Well, according to this chick on Hellier, they eat like little honey cakes and like berries and shit. So, like, watch Hellier, and then the part where it comes to where she's leaving like little shit out in the woods for them and like lights little candles and shit. Go out there and do that. And like Monkey said, get you a jar and cake that bitch, because you would be a freaking millionaire, because you would be the only person on YouTube to catch a goddamn fairy.
That's bad juju.
But I don't
freaking
want
millionaire.
I just want to go travel. I don't need money for that. So
I don't know. I mean, I'll put some more stuff up because she said, "Why haven't you been uploading these?" And I'm like, because it's a
it's a
it
ferry.
looks like a fair. I mean, how I'm a paranormal investigator, so I have to keep an open mind on it.
Well, yeah.
But I don't want people to think, all right, Shea Bear, now, here it is. It's October. He's faking this shit because of Halloween. And that's not, that can be, I mean, Halloween's supposed to be scary shit. Fairy's not scary.
I don't know. They could be probably mean to you if you're not nice to them.
I don't know anything about a fairy. I know is that's what the camera caught. And that was the most compelling one I've seen on that camera. So I was like, well, all right, I'm going to upload it and see what people think,
Mm-hmm.
But now I know how people feel about like when they think they saw a Bigfoot or something, they're afraid to come forward. That's kind of what I feel about these fairy things I've been seeing in the camera monitor, because it's been a couple months and it was a couple months before I told her anything. I said, look, hon, honestly, I've been seeing these things for months now. How come you didn't say nothing? Because I feel like I'm crazy. They're fairies or bugs, but whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they have that look. I mean,
it's not the cameras making them big. They are big.
I don't know.
They're bigger than a bat.
No, they ain't bigger than a bat. A bat would no. Hon, I've seen bats fly past there eating.
I've seen bats.
They could be eating the berries. The fairies. I don't know. But the bat, I mean, I've seen them fly past. It like blocks out the whole thing. Whatever this thing is, I'm guessing would be about this big, about 3 inches long, maybe. I mean, we got some big moths down here, but I've seen the big moths in front of that camera, and the big moths really take up pretty much the whole screen, and you can tell that's a moth. You can tell that's a moth. And little mosquitoes, you can tell they're mosquitoes because they're just little tiny dots. Yeah. But this thing, I mean, you saw it looks like legs and it looks like it's, I don't know. Even kind of looks like it's got a pointy hat, like Tinkerbell. I don't know. What do you think, Will?
I didn't see the hat, but I did see the arms.
Well, look, it looks like they got a pointed hat on or something.
Yeah. Around
the head area.
They are weird.
I don't know what's going on.
I'd say do not catch it.
I'm not going to try to catch it. I'm not going to do that.
Yep. Put it in a jar. Then you'll
be bad luck.
Yeah, you're not supposed to fuck with a fairy.
We won't let it go. We just want to make sure we know what
I don't want to capture anything. If it's really a fairy, I don't want to capture it.
Well, I just let it go.
Because I don't know because they're mystical. They can have magical powers. I don't want to do that.
I don't think there's magical powers.
You should research what does it mean if there's a fairy at my house.
I have a bird. I have an actual bird that goes to the front window every single day at the same time. That's
weird.
It's one of those little brown birds, Mm-hmm. And it goes there and it looks at the window every single day.
Yeah, a little wren or finch. Yeah. But that's a bird. You know what it is. You look at it.
Tell me about it.
It's a bird.
Yeah, that's a little spooky.
It is, yeah.
Why is that bird coming? See, my grandma passed away. She was 94 in Canada, which is my dad's mom.
So she turned into a bird and came clear to Florida.
No, she came to visit me.
No.
They do say that, Shea Bear, that if you have, it could be a butterfly, a bird. If it happens at the same time every single day and in the same spot, it's somebody saying hello.
Well, how do I know that would want to turn into
your sister?
A fairy?
It could be. Your sister's coming to check on you, say hello. And Linda would do that. She'd come and check on you.
No, Linda would be a ghost because she knows I'm into that. A fairy. But there's more than one now. There's like 2 and 3 now. They'll be out there flying together. Like they'll come up like this and stop and just like, hover there and then go about their ways. What bug does that?
I don't know.
I think that you should try to get. I think you should put more footage of it out there. Like get more and more footage of it.
It's not hard to do because they're out there. I mean, every night every night. So, all right, I'll get more footage and I'll put it up, but I'm not making any claims and I'm not crazy. This is what the camera's picking up. So,
Right.
That's what the camera's picking up.
Weird.
It is weird.
All right. Oh, what do you guys think? I don't even know how long we've been on. Hour and a half.
Yeah, 5
Hour and a half, yeah.
We had 6 people. Now we
Yeah.
have 5.
Well, we had 7 at one point.
Yeah, we did. We did have 7 at one point.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, people will watch the video tomorrow too. Like once they've seen that you've put a video out, they'll watch it. So
Yeah, I'll put a link to your channel in here too.
awesome. Thank you.
So, well, I did yesterday. Last night. We did a review, and I mentioned you, and I put your link in that video too. So,
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So, and then tomorrow night I'm doing the egg eating thing. Well, you should be involved in that. I'm going to.
I would like to see that.
Oh, it'll be tomorrow.
Okay, so what's the details on this? On what you're doing?
She got a big jar of pickled eggs.
Oh,
My goal is to eat the whole jar, but she's going to give me 1 hour to eat as many as I can. Because, I can eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs, no problem. But pickled eggs, I love them, but they're hard to eat a lot of. So we'll see how many I can eat.
I've never had a pickled egg.
Oh, yeah, you'll love it. You'll love it. You need to try one.
Hi, Nancy.
Hi, Nancy. Used to
Hi,
go.
Nancy.
You go to any bar and there was, big jar of pickled eggs, and you buy one for $0.25, 50 cents or whatever. Really
Now,
good.
where in the world did you find a jar of pickled eggs?
Walmart.
Yeah, they're all over.
Really?
Over
Yeah.
where the potato chips are and stuff.
And they come in just a jar.
I'll go get it.
Yeah, she'll go get it. They also have the sausages in there, the pickled sausages.
Yeah.
They're really good too. They're
You
not.
wanted to try it, Will?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're awesome.
I think the two of you should have a pickle eating contest.
Who?
Oh,
A pickled
Lord.
egg eating contest. You and Captain there.
Oh yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. That'd be a lot of fun. You want to do that, Will? We'll do that sometime.
Yeah, sometime maybe. I gotta try it and see if I can stand it first.
Yeah, you got to try one, because if you don't like them, you won't be able to.
Okay. And how much was that jar?
That was $15.
$15, but they've got smaller jars.
Yeah,
than
they do
that.
have a smaller jar, but they didn't have it at our store because that was the last one. But also, you can get them at Winn-Dixie. I don't know if you guys have one of them up there.
We don't know.
Usually, any grocery store will carry that. It's just like vinegar, beet juice, and some seasoning stuff.
They look like Red Hots.
Yeah, they do. They do. But these are not hot, but they are very spicy. Well, more like soury.
It doesn't say how many there is in here.
But they
It
do
just
have the
says
sausages.
a pound.
Yeah, the sausages with them too. They're good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Will's going to try one and let me know. And he likes them. Me and him's going to do it. Egg eating contest.
Sometimes you can find them at a corner store, like a gas station stuff. They usually sometimes they'll have them on the counter.
Yeah, and sometimes at the gas stations they'll be like in a pack where you can get one in a pack and you can try it and see if
Yeah.
you like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the purple ones are best because they got beet juice in them. So
Yeah, they're not They don't have to be refrigerated.
no, but I do because I like
Yeah.
them cold.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're pickled. They'll last forever. You can save them for a year and still eat them. They'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
All right. So yeah,
That'll be interesting.
that's on the agenda for tomorrow. I don't know
What
how
time
many.
are you going live with it?
8:00.
8:00. Okay.
Yeah. And but yeah, I don't know how many's in there because I think it just goes by weight.
Yeah.
What is that? 2.5 pounds.
Yeah.
So I don't know
That's
if
a lot of eggs.
Obviously, there might be 20 in there. maybe more.
Yeah, that is a lot of eggs. Like I said, she's seen me sit and eat 8 and 10 just hard boiled eggs. Those are pickled. That's different. When you go add vinegar to stuff, yeah, it makes it a little harder.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Yeah, that's going to be fun to watch tomorrow, definitely.
Mhm.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. So, but I'm not going to be on here. I'm not going to be on StreamYard. I'll be using my software. So, because StreamYard, without paying for it, you can only go up to 720p.
Oh,
And this is and you can go to 1080p, but you got to pay for it on here. So with my software, I got an OBS Studio. I can do my live stream in 4K. So, and for free, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah. I'll send you out you guys a reminder out, and then right before I'm getting ready to do it. And
Okay, yeah, we'll definitely tune into that.
hell yeah. Well, it's been really good talking to you guys, man.
Same here.
Me
Same
too.
here. This was fun. We should do it again sometime.
Oh yeah, we will. Maybe Thanksgiving, like we did that one year.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, we can do another Thanksgiving thing. So, all right, guys. Well, it's been really good talking to you. You guys need anything? You got our personal info. Get a hold of us.
Sure will.
All right. Well,
I'll try to get that show on.
yeah, we're gonna try to get the show on, then we can converse about that. Through our personal stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
we'll let you know when we get to watching it, and we'll talk about it like old ladies talk about. All right, guys. Well, thanks for the invite, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was fun.
Yeah. So if we ever get up around your way, which we're hoping to soon, not this year, but we're hoping to get up around that area, we'll stop in and see you guys, man.
That would be wonderful.
All right. Well, like I said, if you guys need anything, get a hold of us. Bye,
Maybe
Nancy.
we could stay in Hellier.
I would love to do it. Will, you want to go with me?
Sure.
Me and Will will go. Yeah,
Good luck.
I'm serious.
She
He'll
said
go with
good
me.
luck.
Yeah, we'll get a cabin or something, and I'll bring some extra cameras and stuff, and we'll check the shit out.
Well, Monkey and I will stay safe in the cabin, and we'll just let you two go out and face the goblins.
I'll be all right with it. Well, I don't want to go by myself if I don't have to, so But if Will comes with me, I'll go. We'll go see if we can find that cave.
Yeah.
That cave would be interesting. I like caves.
I do too, but these, no thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like caves, but
Yeah, we'll see. All right, guys. Thanks a lot, man. You guys have a good night.
You
All right.
too.
Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.